Hi, it's Diana from Raw Foods Made Simple and A Busy Woman's Guide to Health. I'm here to talk about some essentials that you'll probably need if you're going to begin preparing raw foods or even just healthy vegan food or healthy food, period. Well, I got an apron. So apron, this is not really an essential, but this is my it's
essential for you.
Evening apron, my fancy one. My sister bought me two. This one is the more dressy one, and then the other one's really casual. But they're great to have because you can wipe your hands. You don't have to worry about getting dirty. I splatter and kind of spill things a bit, so that's why aprons are helpful. So let's start. This is a blender. This one is a Blendtec. Now, this one, when you're really ready to get into being serious about preparing healthy food, I suggest a high-power blender. This one is more expensive. It's the same as along the lines of a Vitamix. You've probably heard of Vitamix. Blendtecs they use in all smoothie and juices places and Starbucks and any of those juices places you go to. They use high-power blenders like a Blendtec or a Vitamix. What's the difference? Well, I chose a Blendtec. That's just what I chose. And the good thing about this one over a Vitamix is that it has a very wide base. So this area here is really wide. It's great for smoothies. Very easy to clean because of the wide base. Easy to get in there. So it is what they use for smoothies in most of those juices and smoothie places. Very easy to clean. It also has settings here that you can press a button for a smoothie, press a button for a juice, and it's timed. It'll just shut off by itself. It speeds up and slows down, and it has ice crushing abilities. The only thing that I found that this thing is not so great for is pâtés or dips. Because of the wide base, if you put something really thick in it, but a small amount, it shoots everything to the sides and the blade will blend, but it's not mixing anything. There's no dropper or whatever that goes in a Vitamix to help push the ingredients back into the center. Great for bigger batches or smoothies, but a Vitamix is really good for making almond butters or thick pâtés or dips. But a Blendtec is great too. If you're just starting out and you don't want to spend this amount of money on a high power blender, you can go to any store that sells blenders and just look for something that's high watts, like 700 to 1,000 if you can. There are some that are within $200 that are a great blender too. I actually started with something like this. Now this is a Magic Bullet. So it has its blade right here, and the blade snaps on, and then you put it in this base and you turn it and it blends. This is literally what I started making my smoothies in. Now you have to cut up your ingredients very small when you use this because it isn't as high power. Now I use it, you can grind nuts and seeds in this, and you can, so that's what I use it for now. And it's great for making dressings. It's perfect size for making salad dressings. Excellent, where this is way too big. So this is an essential that you can start with and make everything in. And now on to a food processor. I have two sizes. This one is a 10 cup. This one is a Hamilton Beach. I've used quite a few smaller ones. This one I got it just at London Drugs. This one is an excellent one. It was about $65 at London Drugs. It's a Hamilton Beach. Very smooth, blends really nice. And it also has this blade that attaches to the top. You take out this and you put it in the top here. So you want a food processor that does this, because what it does is it can grate. One side will grate like cabbage and carrots and beets, and the other side will slice vegetables like cucumbers really nice and thin, so you get really thin rounds. It's so fast, you can make a cabbage salad in a matter of minutes, literally. So that's why make sure when you get a food processor that you get one of those attachments to it. So this is one that I found. I didn't need to spend over hundreds of dollars for it. It was a great price and it works excellent. Really good food processor. This is the one I started with. This is a Cuisinart. It's just a 4 cup. And this one so it's a lot smaller. So your batches, you have to make quite a few batches. I was making crackers and these and cookies before, so I had to make a few batches of them. It only comes with the S blade, so you can't shred or dice. It basically just chops everything up quite fine. But it's a great one to start with, especially if it's just you making recipes for you, right? For 1 or 2 people, it's excellent. That's what you need to start with. Now I have a couple other little tools. This is just a, it's a peeler, but it's jagged. You'll see that there's jags. It's got waves in it. And this does, you can peel, let's say a zucchini, a carrot or something, and get really thin slivers. So if you want to like do a salad or like a raw stir fry or a stir fry with very thin strips, this is what you can use. It also comes in a peeler that looks like this. So just like your regular peeler, and you can see when you look at it that it has little it's like little teeth. That's what those are for. And then of course just a regular vegetable peeler that you use all the time. When you're making, if people are into preparing raw food, you can make raw pasta by just nice thin layers of zucchini with that one. And of course to peel the vegetables you need to peel. So those are some things that are pretty essential to start with. Like I said, you can use a cheaper blender, but this is what I chose. And a small food processor to start, or you can start right with a bigger one, but know that you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on your food processors. I would say start with spending a good amount on a blender. So that is my advice for you. Thanks for coming by. Bye.